Hi, Kat. I know you're recording.
Hi, Brendan. How are you?
I'm good, I'm good.
What are you going to teach me today, sir?
We're going to go through test mode on the Intelia.
The Saeco Intelia. This is the Focus version, correct?
This is the Focus.
All right, and why do I want to do test mode?
You want to do test mode to test all the functionality in your machine.
Okay.
So to determine that either your grinder, your brew unit motor, or your pump, things of that nature are actually working and not being prevented to work by your machine due to like an alarm for a certain thing being out of place.
Okay, all right. So how do I get into it?
So you need to hold down this calculation clean button, I believe.
I think it's decalcifying? Decalcifying,
okay.
Yeah.
I don't like that button, as you can
Me
see.
Me neither.
Okay, and then there's the menu button, memo. Mm-hmm. So we're going to hold these two down.
And that's just the top coffee button.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then when you hit power in the back with these two held down, you'll be going into test mode. And you'll see by the writing that's on the screen, which will be right. Come on, there we go. Mm-hmm. Now we're officially in test mode right now.
Okay.
So, this is just telling us the type of software and the exact model of this machine. And that's all good. So we're going to go to the next screen. You can toggle between the screens by hitting the power button here. So we're going to hit that. And now this area right here is just making sure that all of our buttons... Oops, I hit the wrong one. So I'm going to have to go all the way through.
Yeah.
I forgot that one. So now we know we can test these buttons. It's saying, yep, that one's working.
And it's just doing it by number. It's
Exactly.
assigned them a number.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So we know all the keys work. And now we're going to go to the next one. Okay, now this is where you can start making sure that all your sensors are working. So here's I'm going to take out our dredge, and it's currently saying that yes, it is receiving a signal from that. But now it is not.
Okay.
And it looks like the dredge drawer and the door itself are operated on the same micro switch.
So it's saying both of the one, so
Yeah.
I got it, okay.
Exactly. Now I'm assuming if I'm going to open the door now and then put the dredge back, we shouldn't see a yes, is what I'm guessing. Oh, maybe, so that is kind of interesting. You know, what it must be is that the wires first go to the door and then they go to the dredge. And that's why.
Oh, got it,
That's
okay.
why they're both like that.
And then the last one is about the brew unit being in place, correct?
Exactly, and the brew unit's in there, and so if we come in here and we take this out, where is our... Yep, exactly. And we can put it back in.
There we go.
Perfect.
And we don't have any water in this machine right now, so that's why it's saying no water.
Exactly. Exactly, there's nothing in here. That's a big water tank.
Yeah.
Let me see something real quick. Now, I think I can actually trick it.
Oh, is that the sensor back there?
Yeah, I think I can feel it. There it is. Maybe we can get that to go. Yes, there we go. So,
and that's just you pressing on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So that's how, like, if you need to drain the boiler on this machine, obviously you don't want to have water in there, but it won't want to work in its normal story.
You're totally
without
right.
water. So you could, if you press that, then you'll kind of fake it into, okay.
I think when the techs actually drained the boiler on this, they kind of had it held. They're holding the whole machine in their hands while hitting that signal so the water can work its way through the line to get all the water out.
Got it. All right, so what's our next screen?
Next one is here. So we're testing our brew unit. And right now, we're going to put it into work position. And eventually we should see the work go to, yep. So it's getting that signal there while it's in that position. Now we'll go home. And it's yes there. So we know that three things are working here through this. We know that our two micro switches are working, one for home and one for a work position for the brew unit, and most importantly, the brew unit motor. Mm-hmm. So that's good. We're all good there. And now we have our electro valve, which is working great. You can actually hear it clicking and opening. And now we'll come to our pump. Whoops, I don't want to hit that one.
No!
You couldn't see it on camera, but some water came out there. I should have pointed this down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's like, oh.
Caught you off guard there, Kat. Sorry.
Okay.
So there we go. Yeah, clearly the pump is working just fine.
Okay.
Now we're to our next one. And this is the heating element. If you really want to check to see if that works, what you'd want to do is hold this down for a while. you'll see that temperature start to raise, and then you can go back to your pump and hit pump, and you know the water coming out should be hot.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And then we have our grinder here, which is working great. So the grinder is a good example of people, you know, you'd want to come into test mode and make sure your grinder's not working. I mean,
Or is
working
working.
properly,
Okay.
and that it's not, in fact, you know, something misplaced. Because
Okay.
especially with the grinder, there are a lot of things that the software, you know, if something's out of place, they're like, we don't want to use the grinder yet. You know, everything's got to be in place and in line. So a lot of customers think that their
Yeah.
grinder is not working, but it's actually due to the fact that a little micro switch might not be working, or maybe there's a magnet out of your dredge drawer, which is a lot cheaper than a whole grinder.
And I
things
think
like that.
I often hear people, and this is true of most of the Saeco machines, they think that their pump is broken or not working because coffee is not coming out, when really the cause is that the coffee is too fine and it's
Definitely.
like kind of clogged up in there.
Exactly.
And so this would be a great way to test, to be like, is my, you know, like, is my machine actually, like, does the pump engage?
Yep, you're totally
independent of all those other variables?
You're totally right. And another thing could be maybe your brew unit screen is really clogged, so
Yeah.
your pump's really not working or going through a lot more work than it has to. Those are all good examples of things why you'd want to use test mode and make sure those things are working properly in your machine.
Cool. All right. Thank you very much, Brendan.
Of course.